Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wind Down Wednesday. My name is Rain Wu, and this week I have a Albariño that I've really enjoyed recently. I've been making, as you know, a lot of paellas, and it pairs really well with a paella, charcuterie, so it's very versatile. And you can get it from Costco for under $20. So on that note, I just feel like, with wines and with real estate, you really need to know what you want and why are you buying something. And I think in this market, as it's shifting, there's a lot of people that are really sitting on the fence and not really sure whether they should sell their place because they're upgrading to another place, or they're not really sure they should be buying a place. I would say, from my personal experience, I bought my first place in the 1990s, a long time ago, and I had bought a condo. And obviously things were a lot more affordable there, but I always encourage a lot of buyers to kind of know why you're buying. And for me at the time, I had just moved to Boston. I needed a place to live. I was dating someone at the time, and it was just a great starter home for me. It was a 2-bedroom condo in Boston, and from there I've upgraded to other condos and townhouses, most recently in Fairfax. So I feel like that's really important to know why you're buying. Maybe you're PCSing here from another base outside of Northern Virginia, or you just got a new job. This is a great area to live, and I definitely encourage you to kind of know those whys in your life. Secondly, I feel like what's really important also is to kind of have a good network of people when you're here, especially if you're relocating here, because I know that it can be very difficult. I was actually just at an event talking to a lot of other realtors, and they're expressing their needs and wants with their buyer and seller clients. And I think the challenge that we have in Northern Virginia is that there's a shortage of inventory. And when you're working with a realtor, I strongly encourage you to find a realtor that not only knows the location, the neighborhoods, the schools, and so forth, but more importantly, they know how to find off-market listings. Because there's a lot of listings that you will not find in MLS. And a lot of realtors like myself, we will make the extra effort. If you have a good idea of what you want to buy, meaning the location or even the neighborhood and the building specifically, we'll go through and contact potential homeowners in that building, for example, and see if there's someone that wants to sell, if you've gotten it down to that level of granularity. So that's my advice for a lot of you that are buying out there, because it's the market's definitely slowed down. But the good news is, as I was talking to another realtor before coming here, is that a lot of sellers are offering concessions. And what do I mean by that? They're offering what they call mortgage rate buydowns. There's 3-2-1 buydowns, 2-1 buydowns. So what that means is that for the first year, for example, they would lower your mortgage rate by 3% in a 3-2-1 buydown, and then by 2% on the second year and 1% in the third year. And it's an incentive for the seller to get the buyer to buy in this high mortgage rate environment. And also, we've been seeing a lot of people in terms of the buyers who are getting home inspections again, and also financial contingencies. So it's more of a normal market. And I think, the big questions as we were wrapping up this event earlier was, would you have rather bought in last spring when the market was more difficult for a buyer and mortgage rates were lower, or in this market that shifted where, yes, the mortgage rates are higher, but it's more of a balanced market and buyers are competing less with other buyers and are getting more seller concessions. So that's something to think about. But I think regardless of where you're at today, I feel like mortgage rates have peaked. I was really surprised, and you should definitely stay on top of the mortgage rates. It was probably in the low 7s a little over a week ago, and then a CPI print came out, I believe last Thursday, and it dropped the next day to the mid 6s. So I think now we're finding an equilibrium with mortgage rates. So what that means, and I can't predict the future, but I would say that for you buyers that are on the sideline and on the fence, I think regardless of you buy now or in the spring, there's a good chance and the probabilities are working in your favor that within the next year, 2 years, that mortgage rates will be lower and that you can refinance. So, I will conclude by saying that, it's never too early to get started. So definitely give me a call. You can reach me at 703-216-2692, or you can email me at rainwoorealestate@gmail.com. Great. Thank you and have a good week.